coming in here, saying whatever you want. You need to go.
What? Get the hell out of my house! What are you doing? No. Get on out!
Now everybody just sit
I'm
down.
sorry, Mr. Butler. I didn't mean to make fun of your hero.
Everything you are and everything you have is because of that Butler.
Phenomenal job. You actually almost brought me to tears in this. I shed a tooth. I tried to get it real quick, but the sit-in scene, how difficult was it for the two of you guys to film that? Especially you. How difficult was it for you to film that scene?
It was intense. It definitely was intense, and as much as we walked away from set with knots in our necks and from the tension, I almost threw up because that was real spit. It was a real reminder that the gratitude and admiration that we need to have for the people who really went through this, day after day after day is huge, because it was a lot for us, but it was make-believe for us. We did a few takes and then we went home and got to just shake it off. They didn't get to shake it off. And some people didn't make it out alive. So it just reaffirmed our respect for the movement.
Now you two, when you guys meet in the film, it's sort of like love at first sight. Even if it's not love, you guys meet and you guys are together for a good portion of the movie. What was it like? What did your prospective significant others do to catch your attention?
Well, I mean, gosh, trust me, there was very little acting to do when it's Yaya. But I think what was wonderful about playing this relationship is that it's very layered. From the minute one, it's about an attraction, but it's also about the movement. They have something in common. They have an attitude towards social and racial injustice, and that's a unifying thing for them. But it's also the thing that, through the course of their time together, tears them apart, because they start developing different attitudes towards that. And I just think that to me is a fantastic theme within the movement, that everyone accepted that there was injustice, very real injustice for which people's lives were being lost. But what attitude as black people, as white people, as presidents, we should have towards that. That's what the film is about. How do you approach this thing that is clearly before us? And for us, it ends up being what brings us together and also what keeps us apart.
Emmett Till, his story plays a big part of this movie. I want to get your opinion on the whole Trayvon Martin case. What do you think the Trayvon Martin case is going to do to motivate today's youth the way that Emmett Till motivated both of your characters?
It's hard to say. In the 50s and 60s, we didn't have Facebook. And I think the problem with today's youth is that there's so much time spent in front of screens, and in this kind of complacent, kind of numb state where people might get outraged for a second, but being able to express that in a status for a couple of days and then walk away and move on and get back to your life is very easy. So it'll be interesting to see if there's any real action happening, but it's a very different time.
David, since I first interviewed you for Red Tails, you've done a whole lot. Your resume is getting bigger and bigger and greater and greater. How do you intend to embrace the fame and the possibility of fame? Because a lot of actors get to just slide on the big super famous and just. How do you intend to embrace that?
Well, I mean, one of the privileges of getting to be in a film with people who are, famous or who have reached the level of notoriety that I assume you're referring to, is that you can watch how they deal with it and you can ask questions. I mean, literally one of the privileges for me has been Oprah sitting me down and saying, okay, let me talk to you about money. Let me talk to you about fame. Let me talk to you about, all these things. And to hear someone who has done it so successfully and has retained a sense of self while doing it, that was one of the things I was so taken with, her ability, her humanity, despite despite unspeakable fame and all these other things, is just exemplary. So, you know, whether or not that goes on to happen for me, it's just a great thing. It's just a great life lesson, so to speak, to be around people who've had that and to see how they deal with it.
The film would have had lots of other things that would have been darker, dirtier,
Send it over the
grittier,
top.
but he was able to still tell the story.
Tenants thought I was Mark Wahlberg for the entire flight. I took pictures with him. I signed autographs. Yeah, no. The deal is you just have to be polite. You know, I have to protect his name more than my own.